I'm the throat goat, don't you get that misunderstood? Fool, get the scene though, I'm trying to get my naga slapped. Can't you see I'm trying to get someone to go and break my back?
Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like Tommy is a camera addict. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to this intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you. Tommy Cameras, aka fucking Tommy Lenses, right, has done it again. Another video was put out putting him in a compromising position. Okay, got him in the pretzel. Put himself in the pretzel. This time, if we thought the last one or the one before that or the one before that didn't look good, this one, Tommy Gunz, has taken the cake. This is the cherry on top, right? This is the one that paints a bad light on him and puts him in a he said, she said. No, she didn't say shit. You did. Position. When that incident went down in Bakersfield between Tommy Gunz, his homeboy, a Norteño, and a booth where they sell cell phone cases, we seen Tommy Gunz getting off where he was mad at. Look, and I couldn't be mad at him. No one can. When you're gangbanging, when you're representing something and you're fighting all up in the middle of the mall for what you believe in, people could get upset about it. They could say, hey, you're putting civilians in danger. You're putting children that are in the mall in danger. But hey, that man's living by the creed. He's living by what he signed up for, and shit happens. Okay, there is casualties of war. That's to be expected. And he ran into an enemigo, an opposition, the other side, and they got off. Now, of course, that man rushed Tommy and his homeboy first, and Tommy and his homeboy put all kinds of elbows and crocs all over him, right? Now, another video has surfaced, and this video is right after that incident took place. It seems like Tommy was being a little disrespectful in the mall, a little loud, and a little dangerous, right? And he finally put the camera in his pocket, but someone else broke their phone and their camera out, and they recorded a clip. And in that clip, it distinctly shows a civilian, looks like a father, someone who was pretty much tired of the bullshit, who was tired of gang members or anybody getting off and putting their kids in a dangerous situation. He was approaching Tommy Gunz, and he had a few choice words to say. And it seemed like Tommy Gunz immediately, his blood pressure started boiling and his voice got louder. And he made a gesture towards security, the security guards that were in the mall, basically saying like, book him, Dano, get this guy. This guy's on me, right? Now, I'm going to respect Tommy Gunz by saying he doesn't move around with security. He's out there. His whole boasting and bragging is he's really out there. He's the only rapper, the only gangster out there in the streets moving around the way he does. With a couple Edgars and a Labubu, right? And definitely a camera. But he points to this man as this man, I guess, is making what seems to me, from what I hear, a threatening gesture, right? And he points to security, basically telling on old boy, like, hey, get him. And you can see security approaches the man, and they start having a conversation, and you could hear Tommy Gunz at the top of his lungs saying, you're going to kill me? You want to kill me, right? I remember being back in the youth authority, being in prison, and dudes would do that, man. There was a particular group that used to do that all the time. They'd be talking all nice and smooth, and then as soon as, and you'd be having a difference of opinion. You're conversing, you're having a conversation, and as soon as the cops got in the earshot, they got loud than a motherfucker. Oh, you want to do something? You want to, no. I experienced it when I went to that, what was it? There was that protesting that was going on, and the dude dressed like Spider-Man. If you guys recall, if you've been watching my channel, you've seen the clip. And dude we're merely talking to each other, and as soon as the cops came, he got loud, got behind the police, got crazy, and as soon as the cops basically gave me the green light to get off where I was mad at, said I ain't tripping. I was telling dude, shh, right? Be quiet, bro. Stop dry snitching. That's called dry snitching, right? And the cop pushed on, and I was like, let's go over here in the bushes so I could do something in particular to you, right? And it wasn't nothing strange for a piece of change. It was going to be boots to ass. But thank God that never happened. And I was immature in the ways of my thinking at that particular moment, but I was mad. Look, Tommy Gunz was pumped up. Tommy Gunz had just got off. He had just, according to him, jumped on the Norteño and came out victorious, right? And so Tommy Gunz is pumped up, but you got to understand there's civilians. There's concerned fathers like myself. There's people that are in that mall that just took their kid to go buy a Labubu but not wear one, right? And they're like, man, what kind of childish bullshit is this? You guys putting people in danger, fighting. What if someone pulled out a gun or a weapon? My child has to be exposed to the shenanigans and bullshit because you're upset with someone because they wear a different color or they're from a different area. You know, so that father was very concerned. And he took, I won't say flight, but he flew up to fucking Tommy Gunz and voiced his opinion. And it looked like Tommy Gunz immediately went into flight mode. And not the type of flight you think about, right? He wanted to flight up out of there. And he seen his only option was to tell the security, get this guy up off me, basically. Hey, get him. And then started to get loud. Once security started talking to the guy, you could hear Tommy Gunz saying, oh, you want to kill me? You want to kill me? I'm sure he wanted to do other things to you. But that never happened. This goes to show you, man, all that fake ass, I beat you up. You could tell by the writing on the walls, all that representing something, man. You got to be in, you got to be out, you got to do it with stealth. You just got off, get your ass up out of there, man, before you catch a charge or before your ass ends up back in the county jail, to which last time we know what happened to Tommy Gunz when he went to the county jail, right? Do you remember? That vato got out with a little bolsita with some high C punches talking about, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore. The homies didn't show me no love. You know, look, damn near dropped out on the fucking steps of the LA County Jail. We already seen that. I don't know why this guy Tommy Gunz feels the need or the aggravating factor to run around acting like he's a tough guy. He's not. He's a youngster who wants to gangbang more than he wants to make music and who wants to record every single bit of it. That's why they now call him Tommy Cameras. Not Tommy Buns, not Tommy Runs, Tommy Cameras, right? Because I'm going to go get the camera. You know what I mean? Tommy 2 times. This is a very compromising situation and video that was put out there. Now, remember, just like Tommy, everybody's recording nowadays. So everything you do is on CCTV, meaning we CC you, right? And that was a Mark move. That was a situation where he was not only dry snitching, I'll say it straight up, but also he was in a situation where now all of a sudden you could be hard with the gang member, you could fight, but when it comes to a civilian, that vato was like, well, that's all, folks. He didn't want that smoke. Why? Because he's seen a more masculine gentleman, a man, not a youngster who had the same type of mentality of him wanting to fight over fucking something that they don't even know about, a history that they're not really too sure of, right? Don't even know why they're fighting. But a man that knew why he was going to fight, a man that knew what he believed in and knew the history of it. And that was a man that was a father, and you can see his child right there, and he was approaching that guy. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, he should have never did that if he had his kid with him. Hey, he was a father that was going to check this youngster for doing stupid shit in front of his child and for putting people in the type of position that he put him in. Now, that's Tommy Gunz is not totally to blame. There was other people involved. But when you keep running your fucking dick suckers, when you keep woofing and talking shit after the fact, we beat you up, babe. You can tell by the writing on the wall. I wish I had you as a pet and I was born a woman, right? When he's doing all these different types of things, people are tired of the bullshit. They're going to be like, hey, bro, fuck, all right, you guys jumped and you fucked your Crocs up. Go to Payless, get you another pair of Crocs and get to pushing. What's wrong with you, man? People are in a mall. They're in a public setting. You know, you don't wake up in the morning and get all ready, man, and waste your gas in this economy and take your child to the mall to buy him something special just for some stupid ass with fucking chanclas on to ruin your whole fucking outing, right? That's not what it's all about. But Tommy Gunz did, and it got recorded. And so now I'm sure he's going to take to the internet and justify that. But it's clear as day. I'm not posting the video right here on my page. You can go to Instagram or whoever posts it and see it. Tommy called for security. He didn't literally scream out, help, right? But it was damn near a cry for help, because as he's walking, security's walking by and he points at the dude like, hey, get him. It's him. He wants to hurt me, right? And security quickly, of course, they're going to whoever looks like he's the aggressor, they're going to rush him. And Tommy looked concerned. He looked scared. He looked like he wanted to be in an. It looked like he wanted to be back fucking spitting on people on stage at a concert. He didn't want to be right there. And of course, it was recorded and put out there. You know what's crazy? All these little tidbits of videos that get put out there from this angle, that angle. You notice the first one that gets put out, a narrative got put out immediately. I seen a content creator. He does a lot of shorts. Funny, man. Funny. He made funny shorts about me once upon a time. And he's very top heavy, meaning he leans towards one group more than the other. Seems he's disrespectful towards the North and top heavy with the South. He loves them some Southsiders, right? I respect it, man. To each their own. Not everyone has to agree. We could agree to disagree on certain things instead of showing everybody their respect and love that deserves it. He's going to only show one particular group. But he put out a video immediately, the first clipping, and he was like, Tommy Gunz smashes a Norteño at the Bakersfield Mall. Well, let's roll that clip, and does his thing, right? Then once he seen the other angle, he was like, strike that, reverse it, right? Then, and only then was it, maybe Tommy Gunz gets put in a compromising position. Right? Shit doesn't change because he couldn't justify that, you know. But now this one right here is even worse. This one basically shows him dry snitching and the cry for help to security because this man who was basically protecting his child from the bullshit was running up on Tommy with some cruel intentions. Okay, and he was Sarah Michelle Gellar. He was running up with some cruel intentions. He was doing his thing, his Penelope Cruz thing, right? Or is it Penelope, or is it the other bitch? I don't know. Anyways, I strike that, reverse it, no disrespect towards women, but it's just how I speak. Earmuff it if you don't like it. Look, I will say this. Reese Witherspoon, I think it was. I don't know. Anyways, right? Got me thinking now. Speaking of Reese Witherspoon, let's get back to Tommy Gunz, right? And Tommy Gunz is just looking foolish on the internet. Bro, put the camera away, get in the booth, start fucking spitting some of them Dr. Seuss rhymes and make something out of yourself because gang banging is not for that guy. It's not, man. He's not built for it. I noticed, man, and I'm going to be doing a video sometime this week. You guys are going to see guys that are built like fucking, like they're just made out of cartilage, right? Nowadays, this new era. He's just not built for the gang banging, man. And it never works out for him. Video after video after video, he's either backing up, he's either talking shit in front of kids, and he's always wearing this mysterious fucking Labubu that he got from, I don't know who gave it to him. Maybe old boy fucking 15, whatever his name is, right? The white guy. Hi, my name is Palm Springs, right? Maybe him. But I'll say this for sure. And I'm not fucking north over south, south over north. No, I'm just saying Tommy Gunz is a fool. And this time he got put on LaFufu, right? LaFufu fucking camera. And they recorded him basically telling on this civilian, this man who's walking through the mall with his child who had something to say to Tommy. And look, maybe it just looked like Tommy Gunz was showing the security something in the back, pointing in a direction. Maybe that's the wrong angle and we don't see all of it. But I could distinctly hear Tommy Gunz saying, you want to kill me? You want to kill me? And you could hear the guy saying, fuck yeah, I want to kill. I'm not going to, but I want to, right? It's crazy. That's dry snitching. So what happens if police are called and that man gets arrested for menacing, harassment, or threatening? Is Tommy Gunz going to say, yeah, he said he wanted to kill me? Or is Tommy Gunz just going to push on and say, I ain't got nothing to say? One never knows, does one. But best believe, I'm sure that would be recorded in that camp. It's a crazy situation what's going on with Tommy Gunz nowadays, you know? The first video that was put out when he was up in Washington and he ran into the perro chato, right, the bulldog, we didn't get to see the precursor. We didn't get to see what happened first, right? We didn't get to see if this bulldog disrespected him first and Tommy turned around and was like, hey, bro, I'm just trying to get me a chimichanga and a Slurpee. We didn't get to see that part, right? When this happened at the GameStop. We didn't get to see if that man disrespected Tommy, and so Tommy was in retaliation. If that man took it upon himself to disrespect Tommy with his children, so Tommy turned around and said, well, fuck you and everything you love, right? You know, people immediately jumped on the internet and said, oh, Tommy Gunz is a bad guy because he disses a guy with his children. But hey, I've seen people with their children act a fool. Case in point, the civilian. He had his child and he was acting a fool, right? So it's not, everyone's not innocent. You know, of course, we also seen in that video, Tommy Gunz take about 2 to 3 steps back as the bulldog came and rushed up on him. And then it didn't look like they swung or anything. It's just dude rushed up on him. And then Tommy Gunz, yeah, you got punked in front of your kids and this, and that. That's a bad choice of words. Then we go on to another video where he's on stage at a concert spitting on a guy. Now, I looked at all the angles. The guy was throwing up fucking gang signs. He was disrespecting Tommy. Tommy felt he had a lot of saliva built up from being in the concert and being all sweaty and shit. So he had a fucking lot of saliva to give, and he did. He spit at the crowd, and they went to black out. No boy and jumping on him. Look, old boy was in the wrong and in the bad for throwing up gang signs and disrespecting Tommy. Hey, people got off where they were mad at. For that video only, I could say, hey, Tommy shouldn't have spit. A real one just fucking fights or just ignores the bullshit like a grown man. And you know, you ain't got to gangbang. You ain't got to be on 100 all the time. Just full go. Go up there, sing your corny ass song, get the fuck on. Straight up, get paid and get laid, right? Instead, he's out there and fools were getting sprayed. It was crazy. So that video right there, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He was just upset. He just was like, "Whoa!" And he spit. That's all he could think to do at that point in time. That video in the mall, look, man, let's be honest. Let's not pick North and South. Let's not do all that. Let's put the North and South to the side. Tommy and his homeboy, they did what they had to do, but let's keep it real. If that was a one-on-one fade, Tommy would have got smacked. Oh, boy was like a bull up in that motherfucker. He handled his business with 2 cats and did fairly well. Came out with a couple scratches and was still throwing up his signs. Look, I don't promote gang violence. I don't promote violence at all. I don't promote gang banging. I think it was idiotic, fucking all that shit. I think anytime anyone's like, I'm gang, I'm almost as stupid as fuck. But at the same time, I did it, so I can't be a hypocrite. But to see the way Tommy Gunz, a talented individual with a career path, just throwing it all away just to look cool on the internet, wow. That's what it's come to now. That's what it's come to. Motherfuckers out here can't even afford gas and eggs. And this motherfucker would rather be fighting in the mall and sharing and liking and showing it so that way people think he's tough. When all these videos he puts out there, I would have never put out there. 2 videos I'd have never put out there. Well, this one, he had no choice. This one got put out there behind his back about him telling on the civilian to the security. But the other video that I thought was foolish was the one when he was having a gut-wrenching, heartbreaking moment. You know, in the arms of the angel, when that Vato literally was walking out of the LA County Jail, redefining himself, rethinking, I don't know if I can do this any longer, eh? And it was something to that effect of words, right? No one ever looked out for me. Didn't Chitarrana say the same thing? Man, I've seen a lot of Northerners that said the same thing too. You reevaluate. I know I've been there. Damn, man. Homies, all they did was bomb my old lady, right? Like you feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, it ain't about the homies. It's about you and the decisions you make as a grown man. See, you make the decisions. All my homeboys, man, I'm willing to die for them if I go to the pen, right? Yeah, they're not willing to die for you out there when you go to the pen. And not at all, man. Not at all. You know what I mean? Blanco 15 and then moved on immediately. That's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, man, Tommy's a youngster. You know, people keep giving him that excuse, and even I do to some point. He is a youngster. He's going to make foolish mistakes. He's going to look back later and say, damn, I can't believe I was acting like that. Well, the fact is everything's on camera now. And when you have a platform and when you're someone who's easily recognized on the internet by certain individuals, you can't dumb down or live down the shake and bake, right? You are Ricky Bobby. And let me tell you something right now. That Vato is Ricky Bobby-ish to the fullest. He ain't Cal. He is not Cal. That Vato is Ricky Bobby. He's out there making a fool of himself. Shake and bake. He's out there shaking and baking. But this time, man, he tried to bake a civilian. He tried to get a civilian arrested and caught up, man. Total security on him. I mean, it's there. The black and white's there. That's not going to be cool. I wonder if his hood's going to DP him for that one. Anyways, my word to advice for Tommy Gunz. Stop the bullshit. Stop the cap. Stop the plagiarism, right? You're not a gang member, bro. You might be from a barrio, but you're not a good representation of it. And stop pulling out cameras and get back to rapping or get back to doing whatever, picking, whatever you're doing, right? Because at the end of the day, man, that shit was foolish. And then to have a grown man pull up on you feeling some type of way, and you can see the shift. When it was the gangbanging, he was in. He was pumped up. You could tell by the pito one, though, like he was ready to get off. But as soon as a grown man, a civilian came up to him, have you guys ever seen that clip back in the days? I think they're at a Walmart, man, and there's some little gang member, right? And he's being all, what's up, he's being all gang banged out. And that father, that OG, ran up on him like, hey, bro, stop fucking disrespecting. That fool was like, he was scared than a motherfucker. That dude with that flat top looked like the mix between it. He was the Cholo Marine, right? That motherfucker was letting him have it. I don't know if you've seen that clip. It's old school. Anyways, that youngster apologized for real. He was like, right? That's kind of how it was. Tommy Gunz was either going to apologize or tell on him. One or the other, and we seen the video, so we know exactly what happened. With that being said, my word of advice, word of the day for Tommy Gunz is J-O-B. Go back to your job and leave the gangbanging shit for real gangbangers, bro, because at this point, man, Tommy Cameras needs to go get the lenses, and that's it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. This video right here is sponsored by Barrio Liquors out there in Turlock, California. If you're ever in the Turlock area, pull up to the Barrio. Get you something cold to drink. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Tucson, Arizona. If you're ever in the Tucson area or you live there and you need some help, man, Google the homeboy Sticks and Stones Yard Service. He'll pull up. He'll take care of you for a reasonable price. And let's support our small local raza businesses. This is the gun. Bang, bang. Tommy was like, get him. You want to kill me? You want to kill me? If you don't stop it.